Today I'm going to be reviewing and demoing the new Accomplice Concealer and Touch-Up Stick by Marc Jacobs Beauty, complimentary from Influenster. This comes in an array of 17 shades, so let's get started. So this is the Influenster box that it came in. It says Marc Jacobs Beauty on the top, and on the sides it say Influenster. So this is the pamphlet that came with it. Irina Shayk is debuting their concealer in the shade 33. Inside just says, congratulations, I've been selected, log into my account, share on Sephora and review, and to tag Marc Jacobs Beauty. On this side it just says, introducing Accomplice Concealer and Touch-Up Stick, creamy perfection, all day coverage, anytime, anywhere. It comes in 17 total shades ranging from fair, light, medium, tan, and deep. Here is the box that the Accomplice Conceal and Touch-Up Stick came in. It comes with 5 grams or 0.17 ounces. On the side it says that this is the shade medium 39. And on the back it just says information about the concealer, like it's a creamy perfection, all day coverage, anytime and anywhere. And this is the packaging to the actual concealer. Black with silver detailing, and it's a very thin stick. And on the bottom just says the shade name and the name of the concealer. This is the inside of the concealer. This is how much product you get, which is a decent amount of product for a stick concealer. For this part, I just thought that I would quickly compare my other Marc Jacobs products to this one. Here is the packaging for the Mini Velvet Noir Mascara. Here is the packaging for the Highliner and Glam Jam. And here is the packaging for the Big Velvet Noir Mascara. Now, I don't know if this packaging is original or if this is just the one that they sent to me. So what I'm going to do with this concealer to get a good use out of it is I'm going to go ahead, go off camera, do my brows, come back, clean up my brows with this concealer, prime my eyelids with this concealer, conceal under my eyes with this concealer, and spot conceal with it to get a good idea of how it works, how it wears, how it looks. Okay, so now that my brows are finished, I'm going to go ahead and use the concealer, and I'm going to use this brush. This is just a thin, flat brush that I like to use to clean up the brows. It cleans it up really nicely. This is from the BH Cosmetics Rose Gold set. So you roll it up. Let's just see how much product you actually get. Wow, so you do get a decent amount of product in here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit off the top. So right off the bat, it does seem to be pretty creamy. Like, it's not giving me a hard time to, you know, dig my brush in there and get some product on the brush. And it does seem like a pretty, oh gosh, and it does seem like a pretty thick formula. So it glides on pretty nicely. I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. I think I'm too nervous to stick the brush in. I'm doing the same thing like I did in my other video when the concealer went flying out of my hand. So yeah, the shade is not too bad, and as I apply it to my skin, it does not seem like it oxidizes, which is really good too. The undertone is not too bad. It does look like a more golden undertone, which I'm not mad about. I love when it has a more golden or yellow undertone, because too many face products come in more of a pink or beige undertone, which everyone's not pink or beige, so it's nice to see something like this. I feel like it's very thick, very creamy, easy to apply, and it's easy to blend out. I could see that so far. Let me take a little bit up here and make sure to soften the brows out at the beginning. I think I'm just gonna take this stick and just apply it like this. Wow, that's nice coverage. And it's very creamy and it blends out very seamlessly. It seems like so far everything that they said in that pamphlet that this concealer is proving it right. So I've never used a stick concealer before. I've only used a stick foundation, which is the Black Opal foundation, which I'm going to be using today since I'm using a stick concealer. Why not stick with the sticks? With this concealer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it directly under the eyes and use my finger for spot concealing. But with this part, I think I might use a brush on one side, because usually stick products blend out better with a brush. So I might use a brush on one side and I might either tap my finger or use a sponge on the other side just to see. It glides right over the skin. So far, that's flawless. I can see a little bit of darkness in this area, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply just a little bit more in that area to test and see, is it buildable? I was waiting to do that, so right in there. It still feels pretty thick, like it's not a thin formula at all. Okay, so far it is buildable. It does not look cakey at all when I just built it up in that section. I like it, but I'm not convinced that it's flat out full coverage. I feel like it's medium but buildable to full coverage, but it still looks flawless on the skin. It has a dewy finish, as you guys can see. It does not seem to dry down all the way. I'm actually going to go ahead and blend this out with the brush right here. All right, that's enough spray. I don't want to soak it too much because I don't want it to completely take away the product. Oh, that Mario Badescu spray smells so good. I just used this one, by the way. So far, as you guys can see, there's a big difference. I definitely feel like it blends out way better with a brush. It gives more movement and allows me to spread it a lot more. I feel like with this, it's kind of sticking in just one spot and it makes me want to swipe it, which you don't want to swipe the makeup. You always just want to bounce it, because when you swipe it, it'll remove it. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more concealer. I didn't think that I was really going to like it with a sponge anyway, because stick products blend out better with a brush. And try to blend this out with my finger now, just to see. Just put that right in my eye. Yeah, so far I just like it better blended out with a brush. I don't even like blending it out with my fingers, but with a brush it definitely blended out better. As you guys can see, it does have creasing. Let me just zoom you guys in a little bit more. There is creasing under my eyes. I always crease, so it's no
big deal to me. It's not a difference. There is some creasing on my lids as well. You know, I just want to give you guys an in-depth review of this concealer because obviously anytime you're buying from a high-end brand, you're paying for the name of the brand, but if it's something that's good, you know, it's worth talking about, and I think that this is pretty good. Okay, so before I set the rest of my face, I'm just gonna let that sit there for a second. I'm going to spot conceal some of these bumps that I have on my cheeks that I cannot seem to get rid of. That's not bad. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys back out so you can see. I don't know, it didn't do much for this dark spot. Okay, there we go. Needed to add a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of the face now. I do want to see, does this eyeshadow blend out good over this concealer? So far, I do kind of feel like it's giving me a little bit more of a hard time to blend out the eyeshadows over this concealer. It's doing a little bit of tugging. I'm just going in with another brush to help me blend this out a little bit more because I definitely feel like it kept the pigmentation of the eyeshadow and the eyeshadow doesn't look patchy. Okay, so for the waterline, I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Highliner in the shade Glam Jam. You guys probably see me use this a good amount of times in my videos. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna use the Mini Velvet Noir mascara. Here is how this one looks. Okay, so for the top lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Big Velvet Noir mascara. Okay guys, so I finished the rest of my makeup. I am back to give you guys my final thoughts on this concealer. So with this concealer, I'm just gonna open it back up so you guys can see. I actually put it back in the box. But with this concealer, out of a 1 out of a 10, I give it like about an 8 for the fact that it is creamy, it is blendable, it is medium to full coverage, and buildable. The only thing is that I don't feel like you can get away with using a lot of different like tools. You can't get away with using a lot of different tools. Like when I tried to blend it out with a sponge, it definitely took away a lot of product and it did not look good under the eyes. When I blended it out with my finger, I also didn't like how it looked. It only blends out good with a brush, so that's one con that I would say. Another thing that I would say is that I definitely wanted to see how the eyeshadows blended. Even when I don't set my concealer on my eyes, I could still blend out the eyeshadow. When I went to blend it out on my eyes, it was definitely pulling and tugging a little bit, but it didn't leave my eyeshadow looking patchy, which is excellent. So all you have to do is get around the pulling and tugging on the eyes and then it'll blend out fine. And see, ow, and see no patchiness at all. With the touching up part, as you guys can see, it definitely covered that up. This right here, what I covered up, doesn't look too bad. I see whenever I smile and stuff, it brings out those lines, so that's that's not going to be able to help me.
I just took some pictures with flash photography to see how the concealer was going to come out, and I definitely still think it came out looking pretty flawless.
Ooh, these lashes are getting stuck to my lower lashes. I did apply lashes off camera. I will leave a link down below so you guys can join and sign up for Influenster if you want. I'll leave a link down to the previous Influencer video if you want to know a little bit more about Influencer. I think I talked a little bit more about it. Hey guys, so I'm back on. I finished my makeup about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, and it's now 7:25 in the afternoon. I forgot to screenshot the time I finished because I didn't really think that I was gonna go back and do this, but I was like, might as well. I want to see, can you really touch up through the day? Obviously you guys can see that I got oily around my nose, so I'm actually just gonna use my sponge to just check that. Now when they say touch up, I don't know if they mean like if you didn't set your foundation through the day, can you touch up with the concealer? But I am going to touch up right around here. I took my lipstick off early in the day and it really got messed up around there. I might just tap a little bit around here just to see, just for the heck of it. I'm just using my finger, grabbing a little bit. So honestly, looking in the mirror, it's not sitting on top of the powder bad. It doesn't look cakey where I blended it at. Obviously it doesn't look even, like it looks like I just blended some concealer on top, but I think that it looks pretty even. I got a lot of mascara under my eyes. Oh my gosh. So I am just going to take a little bit of it and let's see. I'm gonna touch up right around here. Okay, that definitely helped where it starts like disappearing throughout the day. It definitely helped right there. Let's see, can I blend this over set powder under my eyes? Let's see how this looks. I'm just going to use the other side of the brush that I used earlier. Yeah, so touching up under the eyes through the day after setting it is not ideal. I don't like how it looks. I think that it definitely looks cakey now. On the areas of my face that I set right here on the sides of my nose, I think that it looks pretty good to touch up around there. It brightened compared to this side, but it still does not sit well or look good after doing it after it's already set. So to say that this is a touch-up concealer on the face part throughout the day, yes, but under the eyes, no. So yeah, I do say that this concealer is pretty much everything that they say it is. I was like, you know what, just go ahead, do an update, get it over with, and then you could take your makeup off and go to sleep. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd pick up this concealer. I mean, I think it's really nice. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.